All right, so we had a question about police dogs. I obviously don't have one, but I know a thing or two about them. Basically, once a department gets the funding to purchase a police dog, which is average between training and actually purchasing the dog and stuff, you're looking at almost like $60,000. So those are expensive pieces of equipment, and that's why sometimes they're treated more like that because you can't make them more friendly. They're actually a working animal that needs to be kept so. So anyway, if I were to become a canine, I'd be sent down to Texas, is where we purchase our dogs, and I'll attend like a 2 to 3 week training program where they see if I can get bonded with an animal. And once they go through all that training process, then I will come back and have a police dog. But the dogs I know have to go through a lot of training processes while they're younger. Generally, when you get a police dog, it's about a year or two old. They have to detect a lot of different things. I know one of the things that's getting outsourced now is like because you'll have a police dog for multiple years, you don't want to buy a dog that can detect marijuana anymore because if marijuana becomes legal and the dog is hitting on the car that there's a substance in there and it is marijuana, then that's technically an illegal search. So now I know they're starting to try to outsource those, but still Kansas, it's still illegal, so currently that's still good to go. Cool things about the police cars for the dogs is they actually have detectors inside of them, so it'll automatically turn on and off the AC or the heat depending on the weather temperatures outside. And generally the dog handlers will have a something on them that will tell them if the car's getting too hot or too cold or whatever. So they're constantly monitored even when the vehicle is running. I can pretty much, dogs are useful on car stops because if I don't detect anything, but I feel like there's something this person might have that's illegal on them, if there's a dog available, we can run the dog around the vehicle, and if it hits, that gives us our probable cause, which allows us to get into the vehicle. So that's one of the things that's really helpful. Valley Center doesn't currently have a bite dog because those are even more on the insurance side, and I'm sure you can understand why. Generally, those dogs, a lot of people think that they're trained to like seek out the bad guy. That's not necessarily true. It's pretty much like anybody who pertains that direction. So if an officer is the first thing that dog finds, it will also bite an officer. So it's the responsibility of the canine handler to make sure that when it is released, it's on target of where it needs to go. Because you definitely don't want to bite another officer with your dog. So that would be a bad day. Anyway, if you guys have any other questions about law enforcement or anything, let us know and we'll try to answer your question.